just going to start by saying I hate Windows 11. I got to get out of the emotional energies. So people like me, the emotional energies are very strong. It puts you in the mind to escape the feeling. So you become preoccupied in life. You become very curious. It's a blessing and a curse. So you learn a lot of stuff. Pick up a lot of things. You hang on to some, you release a lot. But you always come back to these emotional things, the feelings. When the mind gets tired, or the experiences in life are pulling all your mental energy into an external thing. These emotions, they build up and they start to feed in and out of life and these dynamics, and then the dynamics begin to shift and all this stuff. So life becomes you, and then you become unconscious, and you become shadow, and then you become light, awareness, ignorance, and we're learning. And when you come back, so many times, I suppose, at least for me, from the actor, or the action, I should say, back into the actor. You have new words for old meanings. The progression becomes static and you are left in a strange place. Because you are aware that there's things going on you're not aware of yet. Dynamics are unfolding. You're living life always. And when you get preoccupied, caught up on the awareness of what that is, you're not the divinity, the action of life. The spirit is not expressed. So naturally, when you're in these down energies, if you are a hermetic person, you're isolated a lot. Then you become aware of these ebb and flow of energy, your emotional energies. And you become aware of what's a placation and what isn't, and what is real and what isn't. So best you can, at least for yourself. And it's a tiring process. It's 9, 10 of Wands stuff. I mean, I feel for most it's a lifelong process, but it's not always the main topic. It comes and goes, and then it gets stronger to a point. Then you have to learn how to balance the energy. That's the alchemy of your emotional processes in life. That's the temperance card. To me, the temperance, it feels like a combination of the Hierophant and the Magician. And it tells me that there's like a secret connection in the cultivation of the Fool here. The ignorance, the divine ignorance of the void. The yang of the yin energy. You're incarnated into life to take in energy. You're open. Some of us are more open than others, and it takes time, I suppose. Some are opening to the world, others are holding on to cultivate something to bring out, you know. There's no one size fits all. And I feel many times will be both those things, and maybe others. But I've become aware of the emotional things are always going on. Doesn't matter if you're busy and trying to take over the world. What happens is you become possessed by whatever the most dense, heavy element of the shadow that will feed the gravity of the pursuit. That's the intention, as it has to be squared up with reality, the dynamic you're facing. So if you stare into the abyss, it stares into you. If you stare into the light, it stares into you, and you will be blinded to the world. I know what that energy is. So we're coming out of the cave of the self always, realizations, things unfolding, new narration. Reality gives us new data, new facts. But I mean, you can take solace in the fact that all things are change and nothing is static unless you choose to accept that. So keep a live mind and you'll always be learning. You won't be stuck in these holograms, these effects of the icon. You may have to work through it, deal with it, and that might be your part. Maybe it's your role. So I mean, it's no judgment there, but it is. I feel it is a good use of energy to peel the self away from icon, external. If you must settle on distinctions, try and find living distinctions, things that breathe life, that change, that are active, dynamic. For instance, astrology is a language like that. There are many. And even life, if you can find the language of your life, that's the key, that's the most important. That's where all your magic is. It's in a language only you can understand. Everything else will be marker. And maybe what aligns you is out there. You know, maybe you find your locus of control from an established practice. Whatever the case, the emotions, the feelings, that's what you bring into your expression. We can do it unconsciously or consciously. Doing it either way is not easy. But one is a little bit more optimal expression of pain when you're putting the tension to form in a way that you choose rather than what is chosen for you. And your choice may be limited to a response. You know, it might not be that you're the manifestation guru, that you can create a new universe of the self and be what that is and bring that into this dimension. anything, I suppose, is possible. But can you get others to believe and doesn't matter? That's the key. I feel those are more important questions. Alright, well, I didn't know what this message was about. I just felt like talking, so thanks for listening. Take care.